Right, so anyway, what I've done with the mesh, this is the interior mesh, it's the chicken wire mesh, and then you've got the outer mesh, which is a fabric, which is just a black kind of fabric. But anyway, the trouble with the mesh, and I can see why they use really fine grain mesh anyway, is twofold. Mainly to hide the operator inside, but also to make sure that you don't go kind of I don't know what the expression might be, but basically because you kind of go a little bit blind anyway, because your eye tends to focus on the mesh, on this chicken wire mesh anyway, rather than what's going on outside. So it's a little bit weird when you're inside it, because the mesh really is distracting. So what I've done is to cut a hole here right at the front, which when you've got the outer layer on, you can see through that no problem, which is probably why they use the really fine mesh as opposed to this method which I've ended up doing, more to do with just availability of materials, but I can see why they did that. So that's what I've had to resort to, is just to cut a hole here, a letterbox, just so I can see out properly, because when I was inside the Dalek and operating it, I was getting a real sort of headache with my eyes focusing on the chicken wire. It was really weird, and because once you got the mesh on the front of that, the fine mesh, it gets very dark inside, and I guess it's a combination of lack of light and your eye trying to focus on stuff. But yeah, I just found this really weird focusing problem with my eyes trying to see out again, and I think other operators might have the same problem. So I thought the best thing to do for now, until I get a better mesh with a finer grain or grade or whatever, is just to cut a letterbox out of it, and then once I've got the outer fine mesh on top of that, you won't see it. But that's basically the compromise that I've got. And once the outer mesh is on, you won't even see the letterbox, and I doubt many kids will be poking us, which is really what this is all about, is kids trying to poke holes in the mesh and, attack it any way they possibly can. So, which is what they tend to do. So, anyway, the next thing is to paint this neck ring and just get it the same color as this midsection, and maybe paint the dome as well, which is over there. And just get some undercoats on, some primer, and then take it from there.